Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Are y'all in the building? Family, sometimes I be late because I be actually getting it in. For real. I'm trying to give the best that I got. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm about to be, family. I got to get started fast because this is a timely show. But I do want the guy that was in the chat show me how Uncle Luke embarrassed himself. I really like to hear that. I mean, you can write it in the chat. I probably don't got the time to bring you in, but you can write it in the chat. All right, this is it. Okay. Are y'all ready? Let's see if y'all ready. Can y'all hear me? Press 1 if you can hear me. How many people in here? Let me see. Did y'all share it for me? Did y'all share it for me? Am I low? Am I high? How I'm sounding? How I'm sounding? Family, I want to do one thing. I want to grab a couple of couple of these people in this cult, man. That's like, you know what I mean? They like, oh, Luke embarrassed himself. I'm like, where? I don't get it. Where? I need somebody to show me where Luke embarrassed himself. I mean, that's what I want to know. And you got these cult members with these YouTube channels talking about Tariq did something to Luke and da-da-da. He didn't do nothing to Luke. He didn't do nothing to Luke. He made a video. That's it. He made a meme. Even Crazy Seti talk about Luke got smoked with Tariq Nasheed. Like, even Seti, man, I debate that, man. I'm not, listen, I'm not no Uncle Luke follower. I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. Now, man, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Even Seti done lost his mind. Oh, man, I'm about to get busy. I'm trying to find all these people like O'Shea and all these people. They trying to control the narrative, talking about Luke embarrassed himself online. How did he embarrass himself? You got a grown man that's making puppets about people. How did Luke embarrass himself? And then people are repeating this dumb stuff. I need to know, how did Luke embarrass himself? That's what I need to know. I mean, because other than that, you just talking. O'Shea Jackson. Bro, like you a real grown man. Like you ain't calling the game right, bro. You ain't calling the game right, bro. That's crazy to me. Like, this is one of the reasons why we are stuck in perpetual don't know what's next. Because we got people that never call the game for what it is. You know what I mean? They got to do the buddy club. Man, look, I ain't gonna get all these people that make this stuff up. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I'm about to get busy. Man. It's crazy. It is busy. It is what it is, man. We got to go all the way in tonight. You know what I'm saying? Family, can I just drop one song for y'all real quick? Can I do a test spin? Press 7 if I can do a test spin. Y'all know what my test spin is. Check 1 2. Check. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? 1 2. Check 1 2. Check. Yo, this the real deal. Let's go. Yes, sir. This the real deal. Let's go. Talk about. said the feds is watching, informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing this frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50, they thought they catch me in Cali. Smack me up with some charges. If I was 25, I probably would've stopped them out regardless. On the run from the feds, cause that boy is a fed. It was back in the day, I put a price on his head. You wanna swing on the guard, you little swindling fraud. With the feds on the block, the roof.
What up, King Smoke?
Nah, I'm a little smarter. I live to fight tomorrow. I refuse to let you leave me to slaughter. You little punk. I got children to raise.
How I'm sounding?
People to uplift. Your intentions is to enslave my people.
Come on now.
And at the same time, snitch on anybody.
I need everybody to share this. I didn't have time tonight.
Your name gave you a new identity, location, and fame. But we know who you are. You can't hide.
I'ma share it while it's playing.
What you done did in the darkness, been an agent for years.
I didn't have time to share it tonight. I was too busy grabbing. Cause
your job is done.
man, we gotta support truth. We ain't gotta support Luke, but we gotta support truth.
Informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. I said the feds is watching. Informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like
Watch what I do tonight, family.
Feds is watching. Informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. I said the feds is watching. Informants plotting to get me, cause
Watch, we gonna break this all the way down tonight.
Trolling like 50. I said the feds is watching.
That's right, Global African supremacy. That gas, baby. Got to have that gas. We gonna make it move.
The heart of Muhammad and the wisdom of Ali. I never say why me, instead I say why you. Didn't heed the warning, you know how I do. Destroy them devils, cause the devil's a punk. I'm the manifest of God, star crescent and and use a Twitter revolutionary way to get hacked. I say I got smacked, sitting in front of your compact. I boots on the ground, 10 toes down out west. I could've called on my people.
King Smoker, watch tonight.
In your gated community is your federal.
Did y'all share it for me?
Think that we don't know how you really living, we got you. Just the feds watching.
Hey, family.
I said the feds is watching, informants plotting to get me.
So family.
I said they plotting to get me. Come out.
So family, I got a test bin. Can I do the test bin? Press 7 if I could do the test bin. It's not perfected yet. It's the test bin song. Can I do the test bin? I need a yes or no. Can I do the test bin song before we start the show? Check 1, 2. Can we do the test bin? That's what I need to know. Can we do the test bin song? That means that I just threw something together real quick and I want to see what you think. You know what I mean? What up, DJ Robinson? Can I do the test bin real quick, DJ Robin? In other words, I'm taking a record out the bin that's not ready yet. And I'm going to see what y'all think about it. And then if it goes, it goes. I think that's enough sevens. Let's not waste no more time.
Don't make me do it, Tariq, I know all your secrets. I spoke to all those and knew you don't make me leak it. Yeah. I know people from Alabama from the year of 86. I even know the cop that locked you up and made you flip. I know who got you the ticket and flew you to LA. I know the facility they trained you in. Please don't make a say. One more cheap shot, I'll expose it all. I know the relationship between your mom and pa. I know your father abandoned you and Miss Shirley took you in. All the tears behind the grin can't wash away the sin. They used you at 17 and they using you at 56. They use you in that stain when they got all them bricks. Is it all worth it living in fear? Looking over your shoulder every day of the year. You built a prison around yourself for you and your fam. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your fam. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your fam. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your fam. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. We know about Peanut and her deepest fears. We know why you try to hide a name for years. We know she FBA, but it gets much worse. We know when you met, and we know her date of birth. You done broke the bell, so may as well pay up.
That's that auto-tune AI twist.
Still stay up. We can make this easy or we can make hard. Cut the check and we can disregard. If not, you can expect to hear your darkest secrets. And I got the receipts to back up what I'm speaking. You built a prison around yourself for you and your family. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your family. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your family. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your family. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed.
We're going to start the show on that note. That's just the test bin. Starlight said you sing it don't sound like you. No, what it is it's since they want to play with the AI in the auto-tune, I chose to play with the AI in the auto-tune. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I chose to play with the AI in the auto-tune because I seen the only response that Mr. Nasheed could do to Uncle Luke was an auto-tune song, AI engineered, and a what was it? Putting them on a AI donkey. You know what I'm saying? This was his response. This was his response to Uncle Luke. Can you believe that? All that Uncle Luke said, this is his response? Family, we're going to get started real quick. Hey, family, I need the people who said that Luke embarrassed himself. I play it in the middle. Family, listen, another thing I got to bring to your attention. Family, on Saturday, we will be going in. I want to ask you a question. If I can prove that someone reported me to the feds by paperwork, do you think that would change how people look at people? I got a question for you. If I can prove without a shadow of a doubt that someone communicated with the feds and reported me to the feds for what, I don't know. If I can prove it, I'm asking the question, would that change anything? You know what I mean? What I'm saying is, would it change the cult following? If I can prove it. I don't think so. Family, this is the link for my Saturday pay-per-view, raising money. Thank you for all of those who already got your ticket. Let me tell you something, family. If you are a Moorish World TV citizen and you are unable to get your ticket, please message me. But I don't want to do too much, but I got to recognize you. I got to know who you is. If you're on hard times, let me know. You ain't got to let me know you're on hard times. Spot me one grand chic, but I got to know who you is. You know what I mean? Now, I'm asking a question. This is the Eventbrite. If I could prove that I was reported to the feds and that the feds been around my house and that the feds was waiting for me in L.A., he said Tariq nuked that lizard. What did he nuke? Before I go in, I want to hear how did he nuke him? Please, love FBA 99. Look, we brothers at the end of the day. Please write how Tariq nuked him. I really need to hear this. I mean, with all due respect, what was the statement? What did he say? What did he say? Hold up, Crip. I want Love FBA 99 to tell me exactly what was said for him to be nuked. Because I'm about to play what Luke said. Only thing I seen him is he making a meme like he did. He made a turtle cartoon of me. He made a game of me. He ain't respond to none of the. Then let me say this, family, before I get started. All of this talk of lineage about tethers, you know what I'm saying? Why is it no one say, well, who is your mama and father? Tariq Nasheed. What is your lineage besides you telling us, Tariq Nasheed? How did you get the name Tariq Nasheed? Why did you get the name Tariq Nasheed? Okay, you say stealing from his homies back in the day. That is not a nuke. There's stealing going on right this hour. What are you talking about? There's millions that's been stolen. What are you talking about? There's millions that been stolen in the name of museums and movies and projects. What are you talking about? I'm going to let everybody get it in real quick, and then I'm going to share mine. Listen, if you talking about 20 years ago, then you might as well just talk about the whole 20 years ago. You follow what I'm saying? Talk about the whole 20 years ago. Talk about the whole 30 years ago. You can't talk about Luke with something like this on your jacket. You can't talk about Luke with something like this on your jacket. What are you talking about? Should I play the lyrics? Did you ever hear the lyrics to this trash? That's the kettle calling the pot black. Did you ever hear the lyrics to this trash? What are you talking about? You people are crazy for real. Look at this. Look at this. Stank ASS intro. Wash your ASS. He got a douche on the back of his album cover. You can't be serious, FBA. You can't be serious. How can someone talk about what Luke did 20 years ago, 30 years ago, when he was in the same vibration, but he just couldn't be successful with this trash? That's the only difference. Luke was successful with his trash. He called his album Nasty As I Wanna Be. He wasn't hiding. You hide your past. People got to dig up your past. FBA, you out of order. You out of order. People got to dig up his past. Luke don't hide from his past. This is not one song. What are you talking about, one song? No, brother. There was multiple albums. They just went wood. They just was garbage. There was multiple albums. This stuff right here, trying to fake like he was a thug killer, that was an album. A couple of these came out. What are you talking about? That wasn't no one song. That's about 4 albums, boy. This is how you can get played, love FBA, because you don't know history. And a person that don't know history is subject to be a sucker for anybody. You don't know history. The only difference is this stuff went wood. It was garbage. It was garbage. That's the only difference. But you can't deny the efforts. You can't deny the efforts. And not only that, come on. You're talking about a decade. You're not talking about a decade. You're not talking about a decade of foolishness, are you? I mean, you're definitely not talking about a decade. I know you're not. You can't be. You can't be. I know you're not. I know you're not talking about a decade of foolishness. I know you're not. You can't be. You can't be talking about a decade of foolishness. You can't be talking about a decade of foolishness with Luther Campbell. You can't be. FBA, you can't. Is that your argument? You just as goofy as you want to be. Is that your argument? A decade? Let's try about 1990 all the way up to 2000 when he made the switch, because that art form was running out. You can't be serious. Why grown men whining? We're not whining, FBA. We're telling the facts, because suckers like you don't tell the facts. Suckers like you don't tell the facts. You in love with a man that grift you. You in love with a man that plague you. You in love with a man. You can't call the game. You can't call a foul, a strike, a strike. You're a weirdo. You're a weirdo. At first you were saying Luke was a decade of this and that. Now you're saying why you're whining. See what I'm saying? Look at the psychology of your idiocy. Bring your argument. Don't ask me why I'm whining. Bring your argument. Compete with the argument that Luther Campbell came with a decade of degradation. I can show you 3 and 4 decades of degradation. What are you talking about? You's a groupie. You's a groupie, bro. And it's a shame. I hope you don't have children, because no child should look up to their dad looking up to another man like that. That's a little bit moist. That's sugared up, brother. That's straight sugared up. He's still listening. I call a spade up in here. Now let's get in it. Now, I want to know how in the world did Luther Campbell get ethered? That's all I want to know. Because let's hear some of what Luke had to say. All right? Let's hear what some of what Luke had to say. You might don't agree with Luke pass. Everybody got a pass. You may don't accept that he may had bad business dealings in his past. Many people had them too. But is he speaking what is right and exact? And the only response that you can get from Freaky Ricky is an AI video and a little bit comments that is contradictory, stereotypical, and most of all, hypocritical. Hypocritical. In fact, let me show you. When I say Luther Campbell ethered him, Luther Campbell didn't get that raunchy. It actually surprised me he didn't get that raunchy. But with these FBAs, sometimes you got to go down in the mud with them because they play these games as if they don't know what's going on. And Luther Campbell did exactly what I would have did. Just go hard. Make him prove. Let's talk about it. This is the common sense of Mr. Luther Campbell. Listen.
North Korea. You say I ain't fuck with y'all. Y'all ain't my allies. But I fuck with Canada. I fuck with France. I fuck with England. All y'all my allies and everybody else around. And we all support each other. And we go in as a unified front. And ain't nobody better fuck with us. But this group of people led by Mr. Tariq Nasheed, they gonna go by themselves. They gonna go by themselves. I ain't got no problem with that. If that's what you want to do, you want to go by yourself, that's fine with me. Hey, let's work with me.
So what Luke is saying is that majority of those that could support your cause, or many of them that could support your cause, you call them tethers. He's saying that, where are your allies? And I said that in a former show. I said if one would get reparations, they wouldn't be able to trade with anybody because they disrespected everybody. Somebody say you were not blessed to be FBA. In fact, Ron B. Stinger Savage, I would put my lineage next to yours. I got mine on deck. You want to do a show with me? Hit me up at mwtv@gmail.com. mwtvupdates@gmail.com. I will put my lineage on the screen. That's right. Ancestry.com. And not only that, I'll show you pictures. My lineage tight. Now, so at the end of the day, Ron B., let's do a lineage test. And then bring your daddy with you so we can do a test on him. We already know his lineage. Moochie already done discovered. This is why you won't get him to tell you. Why don't you get him to tell you about his lineage before you question mine, before you question anybody else? Now, let's get it. Listen.
Should I work to get you a scholarship? No, because they told me I can't speak for y'all. Make that fucking shit.
Brother Luke, focus though.
I am focused. You think I let these silly ass people on here stop me from doing the work? No, I do the work. Let's go. Go ahead, my brother. I'm going on mute. You got it for 1 minute.
Listen to this.
So I'm not here to speak for Tariq, man, but you talking about we as FBA. I'm FBA, right? Or ADOS. I'm both of them all.
Look, this is the big cheese. This is when they don't have an argument. Let me stop for a second. Uncle Luke needs serious rehab. He looks horrible. So what? We're listening to his logic. What, you want to marry Uncle Luke? You want him to be sexy for you, Big Cheese? You want him to be pretty for you, Big Cheese? Why are you judging a man anyway of how he looks? You want him to be beautiful? You want his skin to be smooth? You want his beard to be trimmed up for you? Stop judging a man at your age. The man already told you that his lineage go back to the islands. They look rough. They move rough. And they ain't got no problem with it. Why do you? That's some old sugared up stuff. You got a problem. You got a problem. You got a problem. Because our brothers and sisters that's from the islands, they don't get caught up in this feminine ways that y'all have. Dyeing your hair all the time. Dyeing your beard all the time. They don't get caught up in your little sugared up ways. What you want to do? What you want to do? You want to dance in front of him while he say, pop that thing for doo-doo brown or something? You weirdos. Talk to him, Luke.
Right? You talk about we got a problem with Farrakhan and Malcolm X, but the problem that we got is with you. We got a problem.
So if you got a problem with me, what your problem is with me? See, define. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
Let me define.
No, hold on.
Bro, let me say this again, Big Cheese. Let me say this again, Big Cheese. I got a drunken uncle that talk with good sense. And if you are so pious, if you are so refined, and your family is so refined that you don't got a wisdom-kicking uncle that is doing something that you don't agree with, then you missed out on life. You missed out on life. You follow me? You missed out on life. Crip say, slow it down a little bit. All right, let me slow it down a little bit. All right.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you. What is the tether? Me?
Should I work to get you a scholarship? No, because they told me I can't speak for y'all.
Should I work to get you a scholarship? No, because they told me I can't speak for y'all. Make that fucking shit. Should I work to get you a scholarship? No, because they told me I can't.
Hold up. Let me slow it down a little bit. Give me 1 second.
Should I work to get you a scholarship? No, because they told me I can't speak for y'all. Make that fucking shit.
Brother Luke, focus though.
I am focused. You think I let these silly ass people on here? Should I work to get you a scholarship? No, because they told me I can't speak for y'all. Should I work to get you a scholarship? No, because they told me I can't speak for y'all. Make that fucking shit.
Brother Luke, focus though.
I am focused. You think I let these silly ass people on here stop me from doing the work? No, should I work to get you a scholarship? No, because they told me I can't speak for y'all. Make that fucking shit.
Brother Luke, focus though.
I am focused. You think I let these silly ass people on here?
See how they try to undermine them? See how they try to focus, Luke? Who the heck is you to tell somebody focus? These people are weird. Who are you to tell an older man to focus? You people are weird. Focus, Luke, folks. Like you're talking to a child. Get out of here. That's why I love how Luke dragged him. Let me finish playing it.
Stop me from doing the work? No, I didn't work. Let's go. Go ahead, my brother. I'm going on mute. You got it for 1 minute.
Okay, so
This remind me of me here.
I'm not here to
Gotta
speak for
cut these
Tariq, man,
weirdos
but you're
off.
talking about we as FBA. I'm FBA, right? Or ADOS. I'm both of them, all of them, right?
Look, I'm ADOS, FBA, I'm all of them. You's a confused fool. I understand the concept, but you got to narrow this thing down. Because the leader of ADOS do not mess with the leader of FBA. And the leader of the freedmen do not mess with none of them. Bro, this is how confusing this is. I'm ADOS, I'm this, I'm that. This is the goofiest thing.
You talk about we got a problem with Farrakhan and Malcolm X, but the problem that we got is with you. We got a problem.
So if you got a problem with me, define what your problem is with me.
I'm a
Define. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
Let me define.
No, hold on. Let me ask you. Let me ask you. What is a tether? Me?
I'm not.
No. We on that. That's what y'all run around and say. What is a tether? What is a tether?
Not everybody.
What is a tether? You want to delineate from that name? Which y'all use loosely? What is a tether? What is a tether? What is a tether? What is a tether?
There's a bunch of different words for it.
Oh, hell no, man. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. If I support reparations, what's your problem? Which I do.
That's it right there. Luke said, if I support reparation, then what's the problem? That's it in a nutshell. Wasn't this all about reparations? Wasn't the whole conversation about reparations to begin with? That FBA need to delineate so they can get reparations? Luke support reparations. These people are crazy. Look at it. We live in Syria. Man, this is a listen to me. He said, we live in serious times in the United States. We must have a clear and sober mind to deal with this white supremacy. Brother, get serious. I am very serious. Luther Campbell is in a Twitter space, a X space. He's not walking down the street staggering, trying to make sure an old lady crossed the street. What the heck are you talking about? Get serious. He's in a Twitter space where all of y'all live at, because y'all don't live in the trenches. But Luke actually do things. Let me just let it play.
For descendants of slaves. What's the problem? What's your problem?
He didn't mind Malcolm X speaking for us, brother.
Malcolm, no, you call here anybody whose parents from man.
See how they draw back? See how they draw back? He said, we didn't mind Malcolm X speaking for us. You know what I'm saying? How can you? Malcolm X was born Malcolm Little in a hospital in Omaha, Nebraska. This is the point that Luke is making. On May 19, 1925, his parents were Grenada-born Louise Little, Nee Norton, a multilingual seamstress. This is what he's talking about. So what Luke is saying, he's saying, listen, and that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing this. Because they try to muddy up the waters. What Luke is saying is that if you are defining the word tether by one who doesn't trace their lineage back to the plantation in America, then you got to include Malcolm X. And not only Malcolm X. And all y'all brothers in the nation need to say something. Y'all need to say something. Because according to the language, Minister Farrakhan would be a tether. According to the language of Tariq Nasheed. And that's all Luke is saying. That's all he's saying. That's all he's saying. He didn't disrespect Farrakhan. Farrakhan, who is black, was born Louis Eugene Walcott on May 11 in the Bronx, New York City. His younger of two sons, Sarah Manning and Percival Clark, immigrants. Only thing Luke is saying, that if you're going to use that definition, don't hold back when it's time to use it to a super influential brother like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Don't draw back now. Don't draw back now. And then they start fumbling. And this is why Tariq wouldn't come on there. Because Luther Campbell, he put it in there specifically about Farrakhan. He put in there specifically about Farrakhan. He put it there specifically. And so you would have to answer that. Is Farrakhan a tether? Huh? See, this is where this joint go left. And this is a reason why Reza Islam is also compromised. He's compromised too. He's compromised too. You can tell when people compromise because they don't have their own way of thinking. They don't have their own way of thinking. They think what the popular thought is within their little cult.
Yo, shit, man.
Hey,
my man. Ain't nobody asking to speak for you. Who the fuck asking to speak for y'all come up with these conspiracy theories? Who the fuck asking? You got your lead.
Hey, family, excuse the language on here. But let me tell you something. I said this on my other channel. Sometimes you got to talk to these people like that. I don't talk to people like that. So, see, Kevin Sullivan says, Tariq says if you're a rider, you're not a tether. Brother, if Luke believes in reparations and he says that Kamala is giving or considering reparations, the Republicans is not considering reparations coming straight out of Trump's mouth. How isn't Luke a rider? Answer that. Answer that. If Kamala, whether she do it or not is neither here nor there. But from her own mouth, she considers reparations as something that need to be taken care of. I'm not, the jury is out for me. I think they two wings of the same bird. But what is the Republicans giving out? Nobody answers that question. Nobody answered that question. RZA supports Tariq more than Farrakhan. He is compromised. And you know why he's compromised. I got the receipts. I did a show on that. I'm going to re-upload some of these shows. them. They compromised. Totally compromised. Thank you for the super chat, family. Family, don't forget, I asked the question at the beginning of the show. If I can prove that someone reported me to the FBI, would that change how these FBAs ride? I don't think so. I think they gone, hook, line, and sinker. I don't even think they care no more. It's just like 6ix9ine. People that still listen to 6ix9ine. I don't think people care no more. They don't care that an agenda is being played against us. What up, Garfield? You ain't never called me back. It's Tazariak Shook. Family brother Garfield podcast is on here. He reached out to me the other day and said, would I debate Captain Tazariak? You know I always say I'm a fan and a friend of Captain Tazariak because I like his brashness. I like how he get down, and I seen him develop over the years. And yeah, I take that debate. Is Moorish science or Hebrew Israelite better for our people? I take that debate. And I'll come out with, oh my goodness, I would love that debate. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I hope he can get that set up. Let me show you Luke again.
Here, there's nobody asking this you. There's nobody asking to speak for y'all. Who the fuck went up there and speak with? I speak for my kids and my fucking community, and they're all black. So you telling me to do the work? Is that what you telling me to do? I'm telling you no, do the work, but don't say no. Say what the fuck you want to say. Is that what you saying? Man, you.
So I'm trying to find out, where did Uncle Luke get ethered? Family, I didn't hear nothing where Uncle Luke got ethered. That's projecting. These people are projecting hard. I didn't hear nothing where he got ethered. And then let's look at the statement. Big Cheese said Kamala Harris on the record saying she would not do anything specifically for FBA. That is not what she said. She said, and I'm gonna bring it up. She said I'm not doing. Let me see if I can pull it up, because y'all done misquoted the lady. Let me see if I can pull it up. That is not what she said. And I want you to apologize. Anybody know what she really said? That is not what she said. And I'm not caping for her, but I'm for truth. I'm for truth. Anybody? I'm about to pull it up now. I'm going to pull it up in real time. I don't care what happened with this show tonight. We might be here all night. You know what I mean? That's right. We might be here all night. I ain't tripping. Cause people can't hear. I think people got hearing disability. Real talk. I think people got hearing disability. You know what I mean? I got it for you right here. All right. I got one for you. Hold up. Let me see. They lying. I'm gonna show you how they lying. They all lying. And I don't support Kamala Harris, however you say her name. I don't support her. You know what I mean? I support facts. Let me get one more, and we're going to play this joint. All right.
I just want to give y'all my weekly reminder because I think I talk about this at least.
All right, hold up. Let me find it. I just downloaded it. Let me see if I can. Oh, here we go. Let me see.
I just want to give y'all my weekly reminder because I think I talk about this at least once a week in my videos that Kamala Harris, who is now running for the presidency of the United States.
Hold tight. I'm doing this on the fly because y'all be mishearing people. And I thought she said that too until I went back and looked. And that's why it's so important to go back and take a listen for yourself. I mean, all right.
The States has said, I just want to give y'all my weekly reminder because I think I talk about. I just want to give y'all my weekly reminder because I think I talk about this at least once a week in my videos that Kamala Harris, who is now running for.
Can y'all hear it? Let me see something. Hold up, it ain't playing right. Hold up. Let me get another one. That joint ain't playing right at all. Oh, they didn't set me up. Hold up now. She did not say that is my point. Let me see if I can get this one to play. I got another one because she made two different statements.
Do you support reparations for black people?
Well, listen, again, we had over 200 years of slavery. We had Jim Crow for almost
Hold up. I got it. I can't hear it. Let me salute the Moorish World. What up, 322? I'm doing this on the fly, so work with me. I just want you to hear this so we could smash this real quick and destroy this.
Century. We had legalized discrimination, segregation, and now we have segregation and discrimination that is not legal but still exists and is a barrier to progress. We have disparities around housing.
Hold up. This is what I'm saying.
Do you support reparations for black people?
I don't know why this joint don't work right. Hold up.
Do you support reparations for black people?
Anyway, I can't get it to work
Well,
right. I ain't gonna waste a lot of time on it. But she didn't say that.
We had over 200 years of slavery. We had Jim Crow for almost a century.
Oh my God.
We had legalized discrimination, segregation, and now we have segregation and discrimination that is not legal but still exists and is a barrier to progress. We have disparities around housing. We have disparities around education. We have disparities around income. And we have to recognize that everybody did not start out on an equal footing in this country.
That's a lie.
And in particular, black people have not. And so we have got to recognize that and do something about that and give folks a lift up. That's why, for example, I'm proposing the reality of who will benefit from certain policies. Making $100,000 when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on 60% of black families who are in poverty.
So by default,
no, if you look at
families,
the reality of who will benefit from certain policies
that you would explore.
But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit black children, black families, black homeowners. Because the disparities.
Do you support reparations for black people?
So if we focus on the specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities. We had over 200 years of slavery. And we understand that that's part of why we're doing a century. Listen, we had the reality also legalized discrimination, segregation, and now we have will benefit all of society. Segregation and discrimination that is not legal but still exists and is a barrier to progress. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. We have disparities around education. We have disparities around income. That black family will and we have to recognize that everybody did not start out on an equal footing in this country, and in particular, black people have not.
There's the answer right there. My bad, family. She just said we did not start on equal footings. What does that lean towards? Yeah, I don't know what happened. That joint got jacked up. Let me.
And so we have got to recognize that and do something about that.
Listen, somebody say evasive to the max. How is that invasive when she admit the problem? When she admit the problem, she didn't
give
say
folks a lift up. That's why, for example, I'm proposing the Lift Act. Give people who are making $100,000 or less as a family a tax credit, which will benefit and uplift 60% of black families who are in poverty.
So by default, it affects black families, but there's not a particular policy for African Americans that you explore.
But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place. And
listen to the language. Can y'all read the language? Can y'all listen to the language? She's sitting there with the oppressor. Examine her. Listen to the language. She's telling you, she's codifying what she's saying to me. Why would she just... She's running for president of the United States. That means everybody in the United States. There's a large constituent of Europeans that do not want reparations. So she's, to me, it sounds like she's codifying it, but she's saying exactly what she means. Listen to the language.
They're not starting on equal footing.
She keeps saying they're not starting on equal footing. Who is she talking about? Talking about she's really not answering the questions. Talene. Do you know what's at stake? I'm not saying that she's going to give us anything. I'm not saying that she's going to give us anything. But I do understand that if she would codify the language, it would make sense to me. Considering all the opposition. Like, come on now. Okay, I'm going to find the note.
It will directly benefit. Black children, black families, black homeowners. Because the disparities are so significant. So if we focus on the specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities, and we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this. Any policy that will benefit black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that.
She has to say that.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No, because whatever benefits that black family will benefit that community and society as a whole in the country.
Listen to the language one more time. Listen to the language one more time. Listen to the language one more time. She says, I'm not going to say that I'm going to do something to benefit only black people. In other words, take the cover off it. It means to me that what she's doing is going to benefit black people, but by default, it probably benefit others too.
Do you support reparations for black people?
Well, listen.
No.
Again,
I'm not going to say
we had over 200
that
years
what
of
I'm going to do is only going to benefit.
We had Jim Crow for almost.
Let me tell you something. If I look at my children and I said, when I go to the grocery store, I'm not going to just get enough food to benefit Aleem. What is by default? What am I saying? That's not saying that Aleem is not going to benefit. Now, listen to me. I am not caping for Kamala. I'm not. But I understand what the stakes are. And it don't bother me that she talks like that. Europeans talk like that all the time. They codify oppression all the time. See, that's the problem. Since you was a slave, only time you know how to codify your language is when you was hiding in the swamps of Georgia. The only way you know how to codify your language is wade in the water. But let me tell you something. Whether she do or not, there is some codification that seems to be possible. But there's nothing on Trump's side. There's nothing on Trump's side. Show me one thing on Trump's side
that even comes close to what she said. Or the swampy waters of Mississippi. Tell us who are the bottom feeders will get what's left, which usually consists of maybe 1%. Nah, that's how you looking at it. Listen, I'm saying I'm just giving it the benefit of the doubt. Because she knows what the ghettos of India look like. She knows what the ghettos of D.C. look like from going to Howard University. She knows what the ghetto and the disparities look like in Jamaica. Trump don't know that. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt that her language lends itself to codification. If you want Trump, you can have Trump. But I'm just saying your argument is wrong. When she says, I'm not going to do something to only benefit black people, to me, that says she's going to do something to benefit black people, but it also going to benefit other people too. What's wrong with that? What other president have done something specifically for us? She's talking about the disparities. How many other Democrats have sold us on this idea anyway? Republicans tell you straight up, you ain't getting no reparations. Now, again, I'm not caping for Kamala. I'm not voting for either one of them. They two wings of a two birds. But what I'm saying is, y'all only give people the benefit of the doubt. The Republicans ain't talking even close for you to even imply. The Republicans is not even talking close for you to even imply. Listen, I didn't say, did you hear what I just said? He said, Grand Sheik, she don't know our experience. She has no connection to us. Trump don't have no connection to us either. Trump is more disconnected to us and more distant from us than Kamala. Brother, that's a straw man argument. And she might not have a genetic connection directly to us, but of course she know what South India look like. East India. Of course she know what the ghettos of D.C. look like when she went to college. You talking crazy. What connection do Trump has to us? What connection do Trump have? I'm waiting. See, that's when y'all fumble and fall. Because y'all caping for Trump. What connection do Trump have for us? Big Cheese, I will debate you on this topic. Big Cheese, you want to debate this topic? I debate you that Trump has nothing for us, and I will get the sound bites. And whether Kamala do anything or not, there is an implication that she saying she's going to do something. Unless you can't hear. Block Big Cheese. Big Cheese don't want no smoke. Block Big Cheese. It's time for him to go. Let's go. Let's get into Dr. Luke. Dr. Luke. We're going to make Dr. Luke a doctor today. Now let's get back to Luke's argument. If she says she's going to help black people, why will other races vote for her? She got to codify it. Even if she's not going to do anything. And she's just playing a role to get votes. She still can't say it straight out. Somebody say Trump ain't signed no paper to hurt the black community. Man, he was the beginning of the regentrification of Harlem. What are you talking about? That's why teacup Yorkies are walking around Harlem. And people got evicted from Harlem. From their brownstones. What are you talking about?
Talk about Trump ain't to sign nothing, no paper to hurt black people. Oh, yes, he said if he get in the office, that he's going to get police immunity. That means we are the only ones getting killed by the police. You know what that means? Read that codification. Somebody say, how? You don't know history. Trump was one of the investors to revitalize Harlem. You don't know the history of the 80s. You don't know the history of the 80s. You don't know the history of the 80s. But now, back to the point. Back to the point that I'm saying. The point and what I'm saying, show me what Trump said that we can imply that he's giving reparations. Name one statement. Name one statement that Trump said that you can even imply. I'm waiting for one statement. See, that's what they say. This is hilarious. Name one statement. Just name one statement. Y'all talk about Kamala ain't us, but Trump ain't us. Why don't y'all answer that question? Somebody did ask him, Starlight. He said he don't see reparations happening. Not while he's in office. That was the statement. I played it on this show before. And you my friend, sis, but I'm telling you, he said he don't see reparations happening while he's in office. No. In fact, he went on to say that, what did he say? He said white folks should get reparations also. He went a step further to say that white people, Europeans, as I like to say, should get reparations. There you go again. That's another straw man argument. At least Trump ain't pushing abortion and LGBT and illegal immigrants. Bro, that's another argument. That's called policy. That's another argument. Let me see. Let me pull it up. Let me show and prove. Let me show and prove. Let me show and prove for my friend Starlight. I'm going to do it real quick, and you can Google it yourself. He made a whole statement on it in 2019. He made a whole statement on it. Hold up. I'm going to show it to you. And you can try to codify this and play with these words if you want. But this is one of probably about 3 statements that he made. I'm just going to do this one because I got other videos I want to show real quick. All right, here it is. Here's the statement. This is 2019. Oh, where I put it at? 2019. Why I just save it at? Hold up. Let me get it again. I saved it and I went too fast. That's all right. I still got it right here. Let me save it right here. Okay. I saved it in the wrong folder. Let me put it on the. There we go. All right. I got a lot to cover, man. We going in, man. I got another 30 minutes. We going in tonight. I mean, I like the FBAs up here. That's right. I like you up here because you ain't making no sense. President Trump on Monday said he doesn't believe the federal government will pursue reparations for the descendants of slaves, an idea that has gained traction among some Democrats. I don't see it happen, Trump said in an exclusive interview with The Hill. This is one of a couple statements he made. I don't think it's a very unusual thing, Trump said,
of the possibility of reparations. You have a lot of, it's been very interesting debate. I don't see it happening. No. Starlight, are you with me? I'm your friend. You support the channel. You support me. You my friend. It gets no clearer than that. So why push people? At least you can imply. Family, press 7 if you see that big no right there. Tell me if you can see that big no. Press 7 if you can see that big no. So if Kamala is giving, Kamala did not say that. I just played the video. She said, oh, reparation for Europeans. I'm sorry. Hold up. I just played the video. I'm not going to go back and forth with y'all. I'll take time for Moorish World TV Citizen. Let me get Luke back on deck. Hold on one second. If I can find it real quick. Let me show it to you. Give me 1 second. In fact, let me screen share it for you. I think this is the article. If it's not, I'm going to find it for the Moorish World TV Center. Let me screen share the web page for you. Let me screen share the web page for you. All right. We doing this on the fly tonight, Crypto. We got plenty of time. I got plenty going on. Trump says, if you look at the Biden administration, they're sort of against anybody depending on certain views. Trump tells Time in an interview when asked about supporters who believe anti-white racism now represent a greater problem than anti-black racism. There's anti-Catholics. There are against a lot of different people. I think there is a definite anti-white feeling in this country. That cannot be allowed either. I don't think it would be very tough things to address. Frankly, Trump says, but I think the laws are very unfair right now. And the education is being very unfair. This is what Trump is saying. And it's being stifled. But I don't think it's going to be a big problem at all. But if you look at it right now, there's absolutely a bias against white people. And that's a problem. For the first time, latest cover, Trump sat down for more than an hour. I think this is the article where he says it, if I can find it real quick. I don't want to spend too much time. In fact, if I don't find it, I'm going to send it to your email. It says, Trump first term ingested, In fact, let me pause it for a second. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I'm going to do a quick search on the document so I can move on. Hey, family, be patient with me. Let me do a quick search on the document so we can move on. Now, Trump is clear with his position. Clear. You ain't got to figure him out. Here we go. 1 second. One second, family. 1 second. I'm trying to find this where Trump said, reparations, the GOP, Bernie Moreno, they talk about reparations. Hold on. Oh, here's the guy that proposed it, and Trump spoke on it. Here you go. If I don't find it, I'm going to send it to your email because I want to move on with the show. Here's the guy right here. There you go. I want to move on with the show, but let me get it right here. Here's the guy, and he actually spoke on it. Ohio GOP Senate candidate Bernie Moreno proposes reparations for white people. You know they talk about reparations. Where are the reparations for the people in the North who died to save the lives of black people? And Trump's chime in and echo the same sentiment. In fact, I'm going to post it on my Twitter timeline after the show. I don't have time to look it up right now. I'm going to post it on my Twitter timeline. Or I'll post it on Moorish World TV, MWTV timeline. Family, I'm a little bit under the weather, boy. I ran into something recently. I mean, yeah, Black Unfold, you vote locally. Absolutely. Let's get back into Luke. See, I'm going to keep the receipts coming because I already know that people are going to, I know that people going to question everything. But listen, this is the Luke argument. This is where he.
So that's why the title of the room comes, let's talk. Why you got a problem, Mr. Tariq, with Minister Farrakhan and Malcolm X? Because according to him and his little group, Malcolm X, Minister Farrakhan is a tether, and they can't speak on behalf of black people here in America. That's what him and his group say. That's how they define what a tether is.
That's Luke's argument. And that's Luke's argument. That if you saying that someone is a tether and they can't speak for quote unquote black issues, then you're going to rule out a lot of people. You're going to rule out Garvey, who was instrumental in evolving the mental capacity of do for self. You're going to rule out Farrakhan, who say he speak for all, quote unquote, black people. You have to rule out, Stokely Carmichael. I mean, it's a whole list. That's how you know that this is a grift. Because many people that fought and died and been imprisoned, they were the ones that would be described as tethers. And this guy sitting in a gated community talking about he the grassroots. This guy in a gated community talking about somebody's a tether. And I'm not knocking the gated community. Do your thing. You build a prison around yourself. Do your thing. But you're not the grassroots. I'm black American. You people are infatuated with black immigrants. You can't see left from right. No, I'm not. I don't care. I'm focused on my people. I don't listen. Listen. When it get down to the nitty gritty, let's be real. The Democratic Party represents the goals of the Democrat. It's a party. The Republican Party represents the goals that's set by the Republican Party. Why should that be of great concern when we got people that we can organize with locally and build and repair ourselves? Why should that be such a big thing? Like, we've been here so long dealing with these politicians from the Democrats and Republicans, and none of them has done us no good. So why is it that you think one side is going to do better than the other today? That's the question. Oh, no, my fault, DeBar. I'm asking a question, though. All the times that we've been faked out by politicians, it's all suspect for one to push and motivate people to run towards politicians. It would make more sense that you would organize competent people to move like Kennedy did with the Catholics. Anybody know about that? It would make more sense to really organize grassroots and put yourself in position locally and get your hand on the pen to sign the check locally. That would make more sense. That would make more sense to direct somebody to vote for Trump. That don't make no sense at all. Especially when you're trying to compare it to somebody like Kamala. We know that imperialism has been around the globe, including India. European imperialism has conquered the world. So why would you think that she cannot identify with European imperialism? It conquered the world. But that ain't my argument. They've lied to us from both sides. Why are we pushing somebody to either side? But what I'm saying about Uncle Luke is he's making some hardline arguments about this PSYOP program called FBA. He's making some serious arguments. Check it out.
It can't be for Kamala Harris. It can't be for Luther Campbell. It can't be for any other black man or black woman who has mother and daddy who are from the islands.
Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a whole buck. Let's keep it a whole buck. Let's keep it a whole buck. With all due respect, without quote unquote black people in America, Farrakhan wouldn't be wealthy today. If we gonna keep it a stack, he was doing the uplifting to benefit NOI, but he lives a very comfortable life on the strength of quote unquote FBA, ADOS, etc. But y'all don't want to discuss that. Not saying that he hasn't inspired and turned people around and got them doing things in a better way and changed their lives. That's not what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, he lived real good off the job of realigning, quote unquote, black people. Why you ain't saying nothing? Why you ain't saying nothing? Look, he said riders are not tethers. Riders are not tethers. Luke said that he believes in reparations. That would be considered a rider. Why wouldn't he be a rider? He believe in reparations. What you define as a rider, Padre? He want reparations for quote-unquote black Americans, as he said, as well as those on the islands. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Padre? What is a rider? He's not against reparations. He just got a different persuasion of a political influence. But he want reparations. What's a rider? This is what I'm talking about. Y'all not making any sense. Farrakhan is a rider. Okay, Farrakhan is a rider? All right, I got you. I hear you. I hear you.
Slap in the face to Trump was when the man he called Sleepy Joe became the president-elect of the United States of America and called a black woman to his side. She ain't no lightweight. Kamala Harris is a heavyweight. And look at how white folks are thinking right now. She's a heartbeat away from being the first black president.
Is Farrakhan still a rider? Is Farrakhan still a rider? He called her the first black president. Thank you, Starlight. Appreciate it. She said, I mean, well, no. One thing I know about you, you got thick skin.
You got thick skin, Starlight. You don't take this stuff personal. I get amped up. You know I'm passionate. I'm asking again. Is Minister Farrakhan still a rider? Listen to what he said.
If he dies while in office, so white folks are upset. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They see our rise, and we are witnessing their fall.
Are you going to say something about Farrakhan now? Are you going to say something about Farrakhan now? No, you're not going to say nothing about Farrakhan. Because you already know that if you said something about Farrakhan, you're going to answer to those NOI brothers. You know. You got your picks. You can talk about Luke. You got your picks. You ain't gonna say nothing about Farrakhan. You ain't gonna say nothing about Farrakhan. Because you use FOI for your security at one point in time. You can't use them no more. You're too dangerous now. Now you got the undercover people. Now you got the undercover people with you. But what Luke is saying, use the same standard. That's all Luke is saying. Don't use one standard for Luke and Kamala if you ain't going to use it for Farrakhan.
No, it's got to be for all of us. You can't separate us. Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? You feel me? Where you at? I think FBA can take NOI. FBA ain't even organized. You just heard one say, I'm FBA, I'm ADOS. They not even organized. Remember, they don't have a leader. Who going to give the command? Who going to create the strategy? Bro, Kevin Sullivan, you know you sound crazy. Bro, y'all watch too many cartoons. FOI is training daily. FOI is eating the right food. Moist Tariq Nasheed got gout. He won't even do a MMA match with me after he say he slapped me. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? FBA don't have no organization to be going up against no FOI. FOI coming out there looking like the S1W, marching and stomping all over you crazies. Talking about they FBA will take FBA FBA would take FOI. When the leader said, I just smacked the Hawker Bay and then fly to Baltimore and get a peace order. Are you serious? Where's the contradiction? I guess it don't exist. I guess it don't exist.
So that little leader gets on Twitter and say, oh, Luke trying to compare himself to Malcolm X and Minister Farrakhan. No, that's all you got to say. No, we're having a conversation about your definition of a tether. We're having a conversation about your definition of a black person working on behalf of black people here in America. And because of your definition, if their parents are from the islands, they can't speak on behalf of black people here in America. Come on. See, you don't hear these motherfuckers come up here and try to run from that because they don't want the fucking Nation of Islam riding their ass. You talking about prominent black men who put their life on the line every day for black people? You know what? Farrakhan will tell you he speaks for all black people. For black people? You know what? Farrakhan will tell you he speaks for all black people.
The argument that Luke is making is that you can't apply that Kamala if you ain't going to apply it around the board. That's the only argument he's making. He's not They try to flip it and be like, oh, we didn't disrespect Farrakhan. Oh, you try to disrespect. He ain't doing that. This is why I'm doing this. This is why I'm doing this show tonight. Because you got all of these people that's out there now. Saying all this crazy stuff.
So you can't separate it.
Embarrassed himself. Where?
When you want to throw
When did he embarrass
Kamala
himself?
Harris under the bus because her parents are from Jamaica, dad from Jamaica, mom Indian. Oh, you got to throw Minister Farrakhan under the bus too. Let's see how that works for you. I want to see when you bad motherfuckers hop your ass up here, because that's the topic of the room. Why you got a problem with them? And then don't get up here backpedaling. Because I'm going to cut your motherfucking walk so fast, make your head spin. Don't get up here backpedaling.
Where did Uncle Luke embarrass himself? Family, I listened to the whole 2.5 hours, and I will upload it on the other channel. Where did Luke embarrass himself? You may disagree with Luke, but Luke was most logical as can be. You may have your own preferences. Only thing you could come back with, Luke, was a meme and an AI cartoon and talk about what Luke did 40 years ago. That's all he could do. And people like O'Shea talk about, oh, he ethered, he got such and such. Thank you so much, LC, Miss Cobb. This is all he could come back with. Man, look at some of these headlines that people were saying that Tariq supposed that did to Luke. Let me see if I can find one. Oh, he got Luke. Where? What are you talking about? Where? These people are delusional. Like, they are seriously delusional. I'm trying to figure out, where did they get Luke? I don't understand. It don't make no sense to me. Anyway. Look at the logic what Luke said.
And they ain't asking whether you a descendant of slaves. They ain't asking whether you from. They killing black people. They ain't killing no white people. They ain't killing no Jewish people. They killing black people. So we'll get into all that. But here, let me stay right here.
Come on now. Ain't that logical? You mean tell me that ain't logical? Run it back.
And they ain't asking whether you a descendant of slaves. They ain't asking whether you from. They killing black people. They ain't killing no white people.
See, let me explain something to y'all. Let me explain something to y'all. I am a Moorish American Muslim, right? And I don't browbeat people with my way of life at all. But I understand the identity gameplay, where at one time in the 80s, they did the same thing with the Moorish ideal, as it was a wholesome, high vibration, very, very spiritual system. And they allowed people to come in and realign what Moorish science was. And even until this day, they did it in New York. Even until this day, if you Google Moorish science, all you see is trash. It's confusion. And this is the same play. Identity politics is put out there by an invisible hand. This is why, like, even, check it out. Check it out. When I was coming through the Moorish Science Temple of America as a young brother in the early 90s, they used to teach us, and if you're not familiar with this, if you is, press a 7. They used to teach us, don't be hanging around them black people. You conscious. Don't be hanging around them unconscious Negroes. I thought they was crazy because I went home and my mother did not identify as Moorish, and I had to be around my mama.
But in the temple, they would defile the temple and tell young brothers, don't be hanging around them unconscious Negroes. They still calling themselves black. Those are labels put on you by the white man. And I'm sitting up there wrestling with my inner self like this don't make sense. And then one day, I said, man, let me get away from these crazies. Let me get away from these nut jobs. These people are nuts. Because they also went home to family that identified as black. They also went home to people identified as black. But they be in the temple hooping and hollering. I'm like, man, these Negroes crazy. They insane. And until this day, I beat the brakes off of them. Because that ain't what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali intended. That ain't what he intended. Don't nothing that is sent to uplift causes division. If it's divisive, it is of the lower self, it is of the devil, it is of a low vibration. The only dividing that should be happening is separating the wheat from the tares, separating truth from falsehood. But if you got a doctrine that is predicated upon division, man, the devil didn't put that out there. The devil didn't put that out there. If that doctrine, why would a 13% people, supposedly, I don't believe those numbers, they said we Africans in America are 13% of the population. You got FBA, ADOS, freedmen, which they only got a movement on the internet. Why would they isolate themselves? That's stupid math. Why would they isolate themselves when we already a small portion of the country, according to their numbers? That doesn't make sense. You should be trying to make as much friends as possible. Jamaican, Indian, if they don't want to try to support your cause, that's fine. But guess what? They're citizens. They can vote for your cause. See, one thing about this political system, they don't care what you look like. They just need your vote. Trump don't care. This is why he paid these people to pander for him. He just needs your vote. We the only foolish one on the planet Earth that make enemies with people that can support our cause. When European imperialism has affected all melanated people. All melanated people. So whether it's a Jamaican guy that got a Jamaican eatery selling oxtail, or whether it's one that just came here and got some citizenship, you need that vote for your cause. Anybody speaks against that, they just an idiot. They just an idiot. They not putting nobody in office. They crying about Kamala, but they ain't putting nobody in office. They crying about Kamala, but where is their local politician, FBA, running for their platform? Where? Family, this is just Twitter games. This is psyops at its best. Because see, if you really about that, in one of these communities, you would have someone running on an FBA platform. And I ain't seen it yet. Marcel, look, we ain't even gonna talk about Marcel. Marcel runs on a sugared up platform. He's sitting up there talking about how many men he slept with on Twitter. Like, ain't nobody voting for him. Who gonna vote for him? And all he talking about is how many men he slept with. And then talking about, y'all just want me. Like, you sound just like a sissy. No man talk like that. No man talk like that. Like, we up against real issues. Then you sitting up talking about, oh, y'all just saying that because you want me. I seen a post like that. I said, man, this fool is insane. This fool is a nut. But guess what? The FBAs and the freedmen love him. What is the likelihood? What is the likelihood? Somebody say Dr. Shiva. Dr. Shiva running on an FBA platform. Where's she from? Good enough. What is the likelihood that that guy is going to win something with all the vulgar stuff he says on the internet?
They ain't killing no Jewish people. They killing black people. So we'll get into all that. But here, let me say right here. And they asking whether you a descendant of slaves. They ain't asking whether you from. They killing black people. They ain't killing no white people. They ain't killing no Jewish people.
Somebody say Yvette Carnell is also, yeah. And this is another thing. She's sugared up in a way. Now she vinegared up. She not Yvette Carnell. She vinegared up. She's sour. She's sour. Marcus is sugared up. Yvette vinegared up. But I got a question for you. They talking about grassroots. Where is her community? You don't even know these people. Who are they neighbors? See, at one time, we would qualify people by who they are and who they hang with when nobody is looking. Where is their community? Nobody know that, like, what community? Where's the grassroots work? What are you talking about? And don't you dare say the museum is a grassroots work. You know good and well that the museum is a big billboard, and I guarantee you, it's August right now. I guarantee you, by the end of the year, there'll be another crowdfunding for another project. I want somebody to take a mental note. Because that billboard right there says, look what we've done. You ain't did nothing. Tariq ain't landing no Trump interview. Let me tell you something. Tariq has already showed his hand. Tariq has already showed his hand. You know what I mean? And the Trump interview, he not getting no Trump interview. You think for real? Like, come on, man. Trump is not going to reveal his hand that he has been cutting the check for Tariq Nasheed. He's not going to reveal his hand. He's not going to do that. I don't see that happening. That is propaganda at its best. Talking about that Trump, he invite them over. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Come on now. Don't make no sense. Anyway, let me play Luke. Let me finish Luke out. Yeah, I'm still ain't finding where Luke got beat up.
They killing black people. So we'll get into all that. But here, let me say right here.
I don't know why that stopped like that. Why that keep stopping? Oh, they up in there.
And they ain't asking whether you a descendant of slaves. They ain't asking whether you from. They killing.
Right, I see what happened. I got the wrong video. But anyway, basically he's saying that when they pull you over, they're not asking you. And that's one of the arguments we used to push. We used to push to the Moors.
Look, my black ass been locked up 3 times.
Are you a Moor? Okay.
Driving while black.
Man,
them motherfuckers ain't look on no motherfucking tag and pull up the tag and say, this nigga here is a Bahamian. No, you driving while black. You to them people, you a nigga. And y'all intellectual black people, y'all need to stop it. That's why I don't fuck with grown people. I try and help motivate kids. Because grown people, y'all have all. Look, my black ass been locked up 3 times. Driving while black. Them motherfuckers saying they look on the motherfucking tag and pull up the tag and say, oh, this thing here is a Bahamian.
Yeah, look, that's funny. That's funny. FBA didn't even support Cornel West. They don't support anybody except for who's paying them. I'm going to play the song in a minute. I'm almost done.
No, you talking about black. You to them people, you a nigga.
Did I make my point?
And y'all intellectual black people, y'all need to stop it. I don't give a fuck. That's why I don't fuck with grown people. I try to help motivate kids. Because grown people, y'all have all kind. Y'all. We tear each other down. Just like that lady was saying it, and then she wanted to take a little part of what she said and then ran with that because they got no argument. The lady basically said we're all black. We're in the same fucking milk pot. You're fucking all black. It's just that simple. Are you FBA? Are you ADOS? No, you're not. Are ADOS and FBAs?
And what Luke is saying, clarification, he's talking about how people see us, not necessarily how we identify. So if people, if the oppressor sees us as the same people, what you call yourself, it's not going to change the fact. Like you said, if you get pulled over, like they used to teach that, oh, he got beat up on the car because he was he was black. He should have proclaimed his nationality. I'm on Facebook right now going back and forth with this new group coming out talking about that they're going to file some paperwork and they got sovereign. I'm like, what? And they probably live in a little apartment like anybody else, paying utilities, doing all the things that any average American that do to survive. I'm gonna do an X space. Let me see. What's today? I'm gonna do an X space tomorrow. Actually, I'm gonna do an X space on Thursday. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that smack. That we're gonna do. Family, let me tell you something. I hope that I see y'all Saturday, family. The question that I've been asking, if I was to prove that someone reported me to the FBI, and y'all know I only made a video. I only give reaction videos. If I could prove that, would that change anything of the support that people have? What you say? You can invite me to a popular space if you want to. What you say? So family, on Saturday, 9 p.m., we going over the documentation. We're going over what was said in the courtroom. That's right. Audio and that's right. And everything. I mean, yeah. Family, somebody said, listen, let me show you something. Family, if you want to know his real name, all you got to do is Google Tahaka Bay versus Tariq Nasheed, and on the front page, I'm about to screen share it to you real quick. They're going to tell you his name. All right. Let me show you if I can find it. If I can find it. I don't know why I can't find it today. Oh, hold on. I got you. See if I can find it. Let me see. About to show it to you right now. This is on the record. It's on the record. And all I did was make reaction videos. Hold up. I'm about to drop it in there. And this is the fact of the matter. Listen. Unless,
me show you something. See right there? You gonna drop the ball on dude. I believe you, man. Tariq is funny business. It doesn't matter. The judge make the decision at the end of the day. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I'm not a sex offender. I'm not a registered sex offender, as he told millions of people. You follow what I'm saying? I'm not a registered sex offender. I got many damages from that. So you can fake out people some of the time in these Twitter spaces, but you can't fake out the people that actually know the law. The law is cut and dry. It don't always play to our favor. I get that. But we'll keep trying until it get done. We'll keep trying until it get done. And again, why is it that no one questions Tariq lineage to make him show who he is? At bare minimum, where did he get the name Tariq Nasheed from? Isn't that a fair question? Press 7 if that's fair. Where did the name Tariq Nasheed come from? Because Tariq Nasheed is a tether name. Am I right? Isn't Tariq Nasheed a tether name, if you will? Huh? Oh, I know I'm shadow banned. Isn't Tariq Nasheed a tether name? Where did he get it from? See, family, when you do the research, you will find out that when they was bringing people into our community, they was bringing them through the door of NOI. And they was taking on these names and they was associating them with the quote-unquote black Muslim movement, even though many of them wasn't. But because they feared that NOI would be a problem, this is where they stuck the people at. So this is why a lot of people that has questionable past, this is why they have names like Crystal Muhammad, Malik Zulu Shabazz, Tariq Nasheed, and we can go on and on. They have these names to be culturally accepted. But when you pull back the layers, it's nothing back there. It's nothing back there. It's a story that I got family in Detroit, and I went to Alabama, and then at 17 I got me a plane ticket, and I just went to California at 17 with a plane ticket, and then just keep it vague. Vague. Reza Islam. He joined the Nation of Islam with his name, Islam. Ain't that crazy? That ain't his birth name. Mama hooked him up. Anyway, that's another story. We get into that another time. Let me finish playing this out.
Jamaicans and Bahamians, no, we're not. But to them motherfuckers, we're all black. To them, we're all black. Should we all be supporting each other? Fuck yeah. Should we all be dividing each other? No. Should we be like Tariq and all them calling people derogatory names because their parents, because they're born here and their parents came from the islands? You come up with these fucking names? That's divide. That's separation. if you don't see that, ain't nobody in this group can tell me when them people come, when the things that fake,
when did, let me, I'm about to get out of here in a minute, but what I want to do is, I want to do this real quick. You said Tariq ain't all bad. Who is he? Who is he? If you don't know someone who's pushing the idea of lineage, just because it don't look all bad don't mean it ain't all bad. The ideal is lineage, and you don't even know who he is. Like, do you really have to, you can't put one and one and make two? You don't even know who he is. All you know is that over the years, he reinvent himself and sell you something that you probably don't need in the first place. And every time an association happen, you see people come up missing or going to jail. I did a show on that. I did a show on the weed field. I did a show on the brother in St. Louis. It's very suspicious, but you don't care. I just said, question and answers. I just said that if I can prove that I was reported to the FBI by somebody, would that make a difference to you for question and answers? Talk about somebody, an oil salesman. Would that make a difference to you? Would that make a difference to you? Questions and answers. You say, is he a snake? Is he a snake, oil salesman, or a sham? If I can prove to you that someone reported me to the FBI and the name is there, would that make a difference? That's the question. That's the standing question. Now, if that don't make a difference, nothing else I can say mean anything. Nothing else I can say. Who reports people to the FBI? Who does that? That would never even cross my mind. I'm just saying, if one does that, would that make a difference? Fam, we're going to talk about that on Saturday. We're going to talk about that on Saturday. I'm going to let it all out. Yeah, I'm going to let it all out on come this Saturday. I mean, I hope I see you in the building. Hopefully you support what we got going on. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to put it all out. Let me finish with Luke.
Everyday things that black man and black women face, that's because of your lineage. Nobody on here can say that. When you face those uncertainties and those adversity, when it's time for you to go and get you a loan from the bank, and then see your black ass walk up there, they ain't questioning what you make behind or descending of slavery, they because you're black.
Last one, and then we're gonna go.
It becomes that conversation. Now we segue into that. So what you'll hear tonight is it's really all about the group Steve Bannon created. These groups that Steve Bannon created years ago when Donald Trump first ran, to divide and separate the black community. That's what this shit really all about. When you look at the big picture, because the leaders, now there are some good FBA people. My friend Stephen Hunter was an FBA. There's some great people. They believe in their shit. And they, hey, look here, man, I respect that.
Family, have you found anything illogical about what Luke said yet? Have you found anything illogical that Luke has said yet? Anybody? Has anybody? We've been here for over an hour. Have we heard anything that was illogical coming from Luke at this point? Press 7.
Or write it in the chat. What has he said that's illogical? He hasn't said nothing that's illogical. You might don't like Luke. You might don't like that he said, don't stop, get it. You might don't like that he had some business dealings with some friends and it didn't work out right and it seemed like he might have took advantage of some friends, but that's their business. This conversation was just the other day. And so when I started looking on the, it was coming up my timeline on what do you call it? YouTube. Like people talk about Tariq. Let me see. I thought I saved it. Let me see. Let me show you some of these headlines. Just crazy. Especially O'Shea. O'Shea sugared up, man. He got to be sugared up. Ain't no way in the world. O'Shea ain't sugared up. Ain't no way in the world. Because there's nothing, and I'm gonna play something where he tried to defend Tariq cause. You know what I mean? Like, look at this. I'm gonna share this with you real quick. And unbelievable to me. This was his response. And then I want to say this too. They said that that he caught Luke lying, saying that his wife wasn't white, European. That was a slip of the tongue. Maybe Luke didn't know. But they cleared that up. They say that his mother-in-law is a white woman. What will make your children non-FBA. And he says that we're not going to get in about your children. So he cleaned it up. But they hung on to that because that's the only thing that they could hang on to. That's it. That's all they could hang on to. Look at this. This is Urban Street TV. He exposed him lying. My wife is not white. But what is your wife? Let's go into it. See, this is the games that they play on these social media streets when they say, my wife is not white. Okay, if she's not, good topic, Luke. What is she? They don't want to talk about that. Okay, she's not white. Let's talk about what she is. Because she's not FBA. But they don't want to do that. And that's what I'm saying, man. They say the most craziest thing. And they really believe that madness that they be talking. Look at this. This is how he came back. Me so hungry. Uncle Luke versus Tariq Nasheed. He clout chasing off of Luke and then trying to flip it like Luke is clout chasing off of him. And he's doing the same thing that he complained about. Somebody say, why are we talking about people wives? Because we're talking about lineage. That's why. We're talking about lineage. So that's off the table. Transparency off the table. We're talking about FBA. We're talking about lineage. See, this is why we can't go nowhere. You're too sensitive. You're too emotional. If the conversation is about lineage, anybody can get it. Ain't that right? Ain't that the conversation? Question and answers? If the conversation is about lineage, then people need to define their lineage. And if it's the guy that is pushing the lineage divisive conversation, then we need to know. Somebody said, don't lineage come from a man. You can call it what you want. You can call it what you want. It's still not FBA. It's still not FBA, according to definition that they made up. Allegedly, her father is a Haitian. Allegedly, her mother is a Jew. Don't lineage come from a man? We're not talking about what you're talking about. The definition of tether is your parents, both sides, trace themselves back to the plantation here in America. I mean, the definition of FBA, I'm sorry. Question and answers. You seem a little bit suspect to me tonight. This is the first time I see you in here, and you asking some odd questions tonight. No. How can his children be FBA when his mother of the children is not FBA? That doesn't make sense. No, according to FBA rules, both parents have to trace themselves to the plantation. That's FBA rules. I didn't make the rules up. Y'all try to change the rules. No, they made the rules up. They made the rules up. Sharif said her father is not Haitian. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Question and answer. I know I ain't seen you in a while. You good, you good. All right, so listen. When they said that Tariq did this, that, and the third, right? Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Here we go.
Then he followed it up by saying this directly to Tariq.
Let me. This is where they claim that somebody got ethered. You feel what I'm saying? Listen to this foolishness, family. Listen to this foolishness right quick. Trying to set it up properly.
Nasheed.
That's a group of black men, and most of them hang out on Twitter. Tariq Nasheed.
Oh my God, I do not like him. I swear, I feel like he's an agent. An agent.
Yeah. At the end of the day, they get on there. They fool these people with these doctors and these books and all that, and they try and separate the black community. Mind you, here's a guy I'm talking about, descendants of slaves, married to a white lady.
Now he said that. Hold up, what'd I do? I messed up. Hold on one second. Now he said. Hold up. Check 1 2. I done messed up. Hold up. Check 1 2. Hold up, man. They got me again. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Can y'all hear me? Check 1 2. I don't know why I got an echo in my ear. What'd I do? I messed up, but anyway, let me set everything proper back. Let me set everything proper right. Give me a minute. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. I'm gonna try to put everything back like it was. I just hit something. I gotta do this last video, and I can't do it like this. Check. Let me see. Check. I don't know what I just hit. I got a strong echo in my ear. Let me see. Check. Good night. Hold up 1 second. I'm tripping. All right, we're going to let it go. Do I got an echo? All right, if I ain't got no echo, I'm good. I'm good. As long as I ain't got no echo, I'm good. Do I got an echo over there? All right, anyway.
I gotta hear this. Check 1 2. I gotta hear this video.
Which I'm like, are y'all following him? You know what I'm saying? So I like.
Now, Tariq Nasheed didn't take that so well at all. So Tariq fired back with this particular post. Because Luke and Two Live Crew had a song called Me So Horny. He says this. I wonder when the Caribbean. Then he followed it up by saying this directly to Tariq Nasheed.
That's a group of black men.
That's what he said.
And
this particular post.
So look, this is the post that he responds to Luke with. Family, you can't make this stuff up. After all the things that Luke said, this was his response. Not only that.
Because Luke and Two Live Crew had a song called Me So Horny. He says this. I wonder when the Caribbean.
He says, me so hungry. How childish is that? How childish is that? Unbelievable that people would make these assumptions that somebody got ethered or something. But listen to, give me 1 second. He says something else too. Hold up. Listen to this.
At the reality, what Luke has brought to the game, in hindsight.
1 second. Y'all can hear that. I don't know why I got an echo. Listen to this. And I'm going to wrap it up with this. And these people go for this stuff. And they talking about, let it play.
Luke brought a bunch of degeneracy to the culture.
He said Luke brought a bunch of degeneracy to the culture.
All of the coochie popping and all of that stuff. Yeah, it was cute and it was fun when we were little looking at that stuff because it was provocative. But
listen to how he double talk.
You dig? At the end of the day, let's look back in hindsight. This look, when you get old and you look back, you're like, that didn't help us worth a damn. He brought some of that Caribbean degeneracy over here.
Caribbean degeneracy? Family. Hold up, man. Hold up, man. Hold up. Caribbean degeneracy? Give me 1 second, family. Can y'all believe this? Oh, my joint sound funny? I'm trying to figure out what that is. I don't know what I touch. Oh, as long as my voice don't sound funny. But hold up. He said degeneracy, right? Give me 1 second. Let me find. I'll show you degeneracy. This is degeneracy. This is degeneracy. This is degeneracy. You have over 3 decades of degeneracy. Follow me? Like, come on now. Until it ran out, and then they sent you to do the 125th Street thing. Look at this. Family, watch this. Give me a second. If I was to put out all these albums, give me a second. Watch this. Watch this. Give me 1 second. I'm almost wrapping up. Listen. This is, and the songs are horrible. Let me be clear. Listen. The songs are horrible. All right, let's look at this degeneracy. All right.
Okay. And I showed this earlier, and I'm going to show it again. Family, who in the world puts a douche, if you will, on an album cover? Please help me out. Who does that? Who does that? Pardon me, I'm almost done. Who does that? I need help with this one. Degeneracy. Man, listen. Still nobody told me. This is his album cover on the back. This is the album cover on the back. Degeneracy. And people like, yeah, man, he brought degeneracy too. No, you did too. Yours just didn't sell. It just didn't sell. Because I'm of the thought that it was an operation to manipulate the conscious hip-hop that was going on at that time. But hey, that's just my opinion. But with that being said, look at these songs. Listen, family, this ain't that far away. This is like 1999. And not to mention, hold up. I'm going to show you two things. Then I'm going to play it and I'm going to get out of here. This is 1999. You follow me? Let me get this right here. This is his playlist. Where My Pistol Goes. Stank ASS. Yeah, this is he called degeneracy. Look at this. Let's talk about that for a second before I get out of here. Let's talk about that for a minute. Degeneracy. This is a whole album of nonsense. Trying to look like a gangster. And when you listen to the nonsense, nah, that ain't no typical West Coast. Heck no. Dub C. Come on now. Stop that. That ain't no typical West Coast. This stuff was corny. Stop that. This stuff was mad corny. Nah, you can't. Nah, that ain't no typical West Coast. Of course, it's safe to say I was playing now. I mean, how you gonna be playing with titles like this? Let me look at some of these titles. Let's look at some of these titles. Let me see if I can drop one of these titles right here. Then I'm gonna drop one more for you. Look at these names in here. Where are these people? Shout outs. God K-Boy Pimp, Tight, Doug Green, Mellow ED, Thurston, Khalik Supreme, Frankie Harris, a.k.a. Pull a Twist, Project Gip. These probably all made up names. Big West, my road manager, Malik Bookstore at the Crenshaw Mall, Ricky Love, Kim Love, Angela Marie, Shawnee Mack. This is how these names sound. Nah, even JJ Fad was more put together than that. Stop it. Stop. That stuff was garbage. I've been a hip-hop head all my life. That stuff is garbage. Now, let me show you the other one. He's playing a role, family. That's the bottom line. He's playing a role. And there, he's looking like he is a gangster. And on this album cover, You call it, because I don't know what to call it. You call it. What's this? What is this? What is this? Insane Clown Posse meets Drew Hill? Come on, man. Y'all be giving people too many passes. These are characters. These are characters. You know what I'm saying? Listen, y'all talk about contradictions. Let me show you. Pardon me. Yeah, they got me a little bit. Y'all talking about contradiction. Look at this. And then got the nerve. And then, man, we forget too fast. I mean, we forget too fast. Watch this. We forget way too fast. Look at this. But first, we got to check a lot of ish going on here in the West Coast. We got to put the West Coast back on top of this B. Too much BS going on. Too many MFers on the West Coast sucking East Coast. N-words ain't representing West Coast like they should. Who is he talking to? A N-word can't go to the club on the West Coast and hear West Coast S-H-I-T. All you hear is New York-ish. But then he make a movie about the foundation of hip-hop. Even on the radio on West Coast, all you hear is East Coast-ish. It's sad, buddy. It's sad, player. Sad, N-word. Sad, sad, sad. Niggas can't even do a show out here on the West Coast. And we're from this mother effer. He's not from the West Coast. Y'all see how this projecting go? Y'all see how this projecting go? And he gonna change up again. He's gonna change up again. When that hustle runs out, it's gonna be another one. It's gonna be another one. And then another one. And then another one. Until y'all get tired. Because he's not gonna get tired. I'm gonna tell you now. He's not gonna get tired. He knows that a sucker is born every day. He knows that he haven't had a self-sustaining job in the last 30 years. And what I mean by the self-sustaining job, everything that he achieves comes from crowdfunding. And ain't nothing wrong with that if you deliver. But to create stuff and then sell it back to people, yeah, he was trying to ride the East Coast, West Coast wave. Let me finish this up and I'm out of here.
Yeah. And how does that work for us now? I think Luke was recently bragging about how Sexy Red and Glorilla, all the people rapping about coochie and booty and all that, they gotta thank him and give him a check. That ain't no flex, to be honest.
That's crazy. When someone says something on the internet to be facetious, they're gonna act like Luke really expected a check from Sexy Red. Like anybody know. Come on, man. He don't literally want a check from Sexy Red. He's making an observation. You're not that slow. He's making a correlation. You owe him a check too. With your filthy stuff that you was rapping about. Because you got songs that sound just like 2 Live Crew. You got songs that sound just like 2 Live Crew. And the last time I played it on the show, you reported to YouTube. You reported it to YouTube. But you can make memes about what his name? Roland Martin. You can make cartoons about myself. You can put on fezzes about myself. You can scream at the top of your lungs, say I smacked the Tahaka Bay, and then you run and get a peace order. And then your crazy people say, oh, why are you stalking Tariq? If that's the measure, Tariq is stalking Roland Martin. Tariq is stalking Yvette Cornell. Tariq is stalking Michi X. Tariq is stalking. If that's the measure, some goofy on X said that the other day. Stalking Tariq? What are you talking about? All he do is talk about people on the internet. That's his whole platform. I can flip and teach if I choose to. His whole platform is degrading, quote unquote, FBAs or those that don't agree with him that are melanated. Go figure. Let me finish and wrap this up.
That's not a flex, to be honest. No. Transparency, I used to love the 2 Live crew. Stidden, I like listening to that stuff, but we came up in the golden era, and that was in the golden era of hip-hop, when there was a balance. Right? So yeah, you have the degenerate stuff, but it was balanced out by the Rockims, the OLs, the Heavy D, Brand Nubian. It was balanced out by so much stuff, so it didn't become...
Why is he projecting? Why is he projecting? Because all of his music is on the line of 2 Live Crew. Why is he projecting? Like it was a balance. You wasn't a part of that balance. Your joint was just trash. He don't want to talk about Cosmo Flex. Look at him, he hurt. Because he can't come back logically. In reality, Tariq is uneducated. In reality, he can barely spell his name. I got the court papers. I don't know what he spelled. But one thing about a blind person, that boy, they sometimes find their way around.
Dominant part of the culture, okay? It didn't become the dominant part of the culture. It became a temporary escapism type of thing. Then we went back to business. Okay, let's look at a little booty here and there, and let's go back to handling business. Bruh. But Luke brought normalizing degeneracy to the culture. Now, I'ma totally agree. You know, like I said, when we was coming up, we had a lot of people, X-Clan.
He just talking in circles. He just talking in circles.
You know what I'm saying? You had people like Oakland Souls of Mischief. You know, you had, Grand Nubian. You know, you had brothers out there, Public Enemy.
Yeah, SETI off his rocker. Wait, I just screenshot that earlier. SETI is off his rocker. SETI thirsty. Poor SETI. Somebody go save SETI. SETI is super thirsty at this point. It don't make no sense. Look, this is his comeback to Luke. This is his comeback to Luke. Luke crashes out and embarrasses himself. Where did he embarrass himself? And now the goofy FBAs are repeating it. Uncle Luke crashes up, and he didn't embarrass himself. There's nothing. I played snippets of most of the X space tonight. And can nobody, ain't got to like Luke, but Luke did not embarrass himself. Luke did not embarrass himself. And I'm hoping that that Luke would see this. You know what I mean? Because if he feels some type of way, he shouldn't. Because those FBAs will troll you. They don't troll me. Because I go toe-to-toe with them just like Luke did. They don't troll me. You know what I mean? When they get mad at me, they say, Tariq slap you. I say, okay, now back to the business. Now let's get back to business. Who is this guy?
You know what, Professor Griff and KRS-One and Chuck D, all the people, like you had people out there that was really kicking knowledge at the same time.
Now the whole thing in a nutshell is they are projecting. They are projecting. Family, I've been here long enough. I think I made my point. Now, you know what I mean? I am the only one that a person will catch a flight for thousands of miles to get a relationship peace order. That's meant for relationships in Maryland. With no jurisdiction in Maryland. I'm the only, bro, sis, what makes MWTV such a threat? What makes it such a threat? I never cussed him out. There's not one time that I cussed him out. There's not one time that I went over the top to the left. He has many a time. Family, we've been striking. We've been striking some valid points. You follow me? So with that being said, family, this is only the test bin. I'm going to play 2 songs.
Certified boogeyman. Certified boogeyman.
Let me put my brother Luke up here.
Certified boogeyman.
Check 1, 2. Luke, you did the thing, brother.
We're gonna speak the truth.
Thank you so much,
regardless of whether you like that truth or not. We're in the 21st century. How people are poor, hungry, ragged, naked, and out of doors. How people are being murdered on a daily and consistent basis.
It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. A couple weak frauds that crept through. They put the bean on me. I didn't neglect you. Time's up, allow me to bless you. They yell reparation and they got your attention. A failed clown rapper, claim he was pimping, but you don't know he was a fed since 9-0. Cosmo Flex was a front for 5-0.
You can't get dropped in a pit of snakes.
Certified boogeyman.
And trying to figure out which one has the venom sac under his tongue. This one is not poison.
FBA was laughing when he went to the Romans. I guess they don't understand, that's who own them. Lying on GS, claiming I stalked them. That ain't true, cause if it was, I'd have chalked them. I'm simply a blogger, researching for the family. Cause people look like me, continue to scam me. Continue to scam us in the name of liberation. But when I call them out, they claim that I'm hating. Who says I smacked somebody? Poke your chest out, then slide thousands of miles. Check it out. For a peace order. I'm back like I left something. And you kept frontin', sick the Romans on me, but they ain't really stopping nothing. How you say you slap a man and go get a peace order? Something ain't adding up. Now I'm in the deep waters. I done took a deep dive, see who you really are. Who named you Tariq Nasheed, affiliated with the guns? Nah, you ain't a Sunni or the nation, but ain't nobody question why you perpetrating. See, early in the 90s, they put you on a mission. Hip-hop was conscious, you came with something different. Goofy clown rap to take it off track, but you was so back, nobody followed the act. So they made another character. Turned you to a thug. From Cosmo to K-Fact, but still got no love. Album went wood, it was trash, no good. You was hip-hop police, stitching on the hood. How you make a documentary about hip-hop and not include yourself in all your albums that flop? Yeah, you got some dark secrets, I'm here to expose them. And I don't plan to stop until everybody knows them. Let's go.
He's back!
All right. I'm gonna play the song that I'm working on. I ain't finished yet. I'm gonna play the song that I'm working on. I just wrote it. Threw some AI up on it. And I also threw some T-Pain up on it. It ain't finished yet.
I know all your secrets. I spoke to all those and knew you don't make me leak it. Yeah. I know people from Alabama from the year of '86. I even know the cop that locked you up and made you flip. I know who got you the ticket and flew you to LA. I know the facility they trained you in. Please don't make a say. One more cheap shot, I'll expose it all. I know the relationship between your mom and pa. I know your father abandoned you and Miss Shirley took you in. All the tears behind the grin can't wash away the sin. They used you at 17 and they using you at 56. They used you in that stain when they got all them bricks. Is it all worth it living in fear? Looking over your shoulder every day of the year. You built a prison around yourself for you and your fam. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your fam. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your fam. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your fam. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. We know about people in her deepest fears. We know why you try to hide a name for years. We know she FBA, but it gets much worse. We know when you met, and we know her date of birth. You done broke the bell, so may as well pay up. All them sleepless nights, popping pills, and still stay up. We can make this easy or we can make hard. Cut the check and we can disregard. If not, you can expect to hear your darkest secrets. And I got the receipts to back up what I'm speaking. You built a prison around yourself for you and your fam. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your fam. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your fam. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your fam. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed.
Video dropping tomorrow. I'm dropping a video tomorrow on Moorish World TV. The video for this song will be tomorrow. Y'all have a good night. Peace and love. Thank you for your support. I hope I will see y'all on Saturday. If you think that you are unable to make it to the event, hit me up at MWTV Updates. If I recognize you, I'm going to do my best to get you a pass because I think everybody need to see these receipts. Everybody need to see these receipts. I got audio and I got paperwork. Everybody need to see these receipts. We raising money to go to California. We got a court date, family. That's right. Oh, it's been up and down for the last almost 2 years. People even say, oh, he dropped it. I've been fighting hard. I've been struggling. Thanks to people like the Moorish World TV citizens. You know what I mean? My good brother M. Nugent, my good brother Cryptonomics, and a special shout out to Starlight, and you know what I mean, man, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. You know what I mean, it takes a lot of time to do this thing, but let me tell you something. Can't join your late streams. I'm gonna try to go back to like early 8 o'clock East Coast time soon. But anyway, family, this is the link to the research that I will be giving up this Saturday at 8:30. I think it's 8:30. You know what I mean? And I put my stuff together fresh. So I'm going to be putting it together probably Thursday, tomorrow, and Friday, and Saturday. My wife got to work on Saturday, so I'll be with the children, and I'll be just like throwing it all together, piecing it all together, so we can have a beautiful 2.5 hours of hardcore research and showing who this person really is. Peace.